All right, this song's called I Do My Best. I come here each night to this dusty bar, the only place left where I shine. Give me a bottle of good old Scotland, the best that my money can buy. I pour myself into this corner, try and drown my guilt and regrets. Ain't doing no better, not sure I'll ever, but darling, I do my best. I do my best lying when they ask me about you. I do my best crying when I'm Johnny Walker Blue. You did your best leaving when the best days were through. Now I do my best at drinking when I'm thinking of you. The first time we met, well, that calls for a single, a shot just to ease my mind. The first time we made love, it poured me in double, 'cause it gets to me every time. And everything after that, darling, well, it pretty much calls for the same. And if you see me full throttle, straight from the bottle, and somebody mention your name, I do my best lying when they ask me about you. I do my best crying when I'm Johnny Walker Blue. You did your best leaving when the best days were through. Now I do my best at thinking when I'm drinking over you. Each night to this dusty bar, the only place left where I shine. Give me a bottle of good old Scotland, the best that my money can buy.
What's up, everybody, man? We are back at it with another podcast. And man, today's a special podcast. This is like one of those podcasts I've been trying to set up for the longest time. And you know what? Just the right time happens, the right moment went down, and I would say the guest I have now forgot that we were supposed to shoot today. But I you know what? I may have forgotten too until he reminded me. Like, I knew I had to do something. But today we have my man, the Scotty 2 Hottie Scott Patrick. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here.
Giving you little sound effects over here. What did I do?
That's Titanic.
Oh, I ruined it. I put the Titanic song.
We can go back.
There it is, boy. No, I give you the Titanic.
Hey, man, I'll stand in front. You can do it.
Let me go back. Well, you can't hear it.
That's the recorder one?
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to, but I ruined it, man. Dude, how you been, man? It's been forever.
I've been good, man. Just busy.
Yeah?
A little busier than ever, man. It's just, life's good.
Life's good, dude. I know.
That's crazy.
I've been seeing all your posts, man. I'm a big fan of you still, just
Thank
kind
you,
of, let's get to know you, dude, because I want to jump in everything else and pretty much get to know, talk about our relationship and how we met and all
yeah.
that, man. But let's get to know you first. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from. Let's do all that, generic stuff out of the way so we can get to the nitty gritty, man. So let's get to know you, man. Who are you, where you're from, what you do, and, tell us about that power beard you have.
Well, my name is Scott Patrick. I'm from Mariposa, California. Grew up there. Pretty much lived there the majority of my life. Moved away for college to the Central Coast for a little while. Spent years touring, playing music. I was even lived in a minivan for about 2 years, playing music on sidewalks all over California, Venice Beach, San Francisco Wharf, Merced, just wherever people would stop and listen to music. I'd set up my case, play guitar, open it up. People threw some money in. Okay. They didn't have to, but I appreciate it when they did.
Dude, so what made you want to do that? Obviously, the love of the music and all that, but you said lived in a van. I'm just going to play music.
I was going through a bit of a rebellious phase, and I was living with my parents at the time. It was after college. I'd left college early for music and surfing too much and having too much fun out there. So I came back home for a bit, and I was kind of butting heads because I was young. I thought I knew everything, and my parents, they were getting on my case about things I should have been taken care of, but I just wanted some freedom, so I just up and left.
Yeah.
And just did my own thing for a while. It wasn't the most glamorous. I learned a lot of valuable lessons, but eventually I got back up on my feet. Got a job at a music store, and that's when I really got back into music. Started writing more, started practicing a lot more music, and started listening to a lot more artists and kind of developing my own sense of what I wanted to do with my music. And it, in a way, it saved my life. I had a pretty rough time before that, and started listening to folk Americana music. And before that, I was a lot alternative and metal. And the folk Americana country stuff just kind of redirected me. Yeah. Got me on a good path in terms of songwriting and life. And from there, just grew it, developed it, started writing more, playing more, performing more. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
That's cool, man, because I know I watched your podcast. Shout out to Micah D'Ailey, Central Valley Podcast, Real Talk. Dude, I hope you get your channel back up, your social media. You got to stop watching porn.
Quit clicking those funny links, bud.
Quit clicking those links, man. I know you get horny at night by yourself at the office, probably. But you know what? We're all men, man. I just wanted to say, I got you, brother. But no, I saw that pod and I watched it today, caught up, because I remember when it came out and I watched it. I was like, that's my boy Scotty.
That was a good time. He's a good dude.
He's hilarious, man. That boy just goofy, man. But I love him, man. We met on Instagram. And
okay.
I don't know. I saw his ad, so I started watching all his stuff. I went down that rabbit hole. He's hilarious.
So Instagromance there.
Yeah, Instagromance. And dude, so I followed him. He followed right back. I DM'd him, and he DM'd right back. And we're like, a couple weeks later, Laura?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And by the way, I'm so sorry. We got the wifey on the pod. What's up, Laura?
They heard me earlier laughing at
you.
Like, they know I'm here.
Yeah, I messed up my pads. But no, so I hit him up and we set up a podcast, and he was actually season 2, episode 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came out, him, Duffy, and his wife, and man, just a great dude. I saw you on that pod and I listened, and I was just like, you have a lot of experience, man. You, like you said, you had some hard lessons living in a van. You appreciate, stuff like eating, having a pillow.
I was a lot skinnier back then.
Yeah,
so.
and having having a roof over your head, something that is like security, and so let's get into that, man. Kind of go over your childhood when, as far as like you said, music saved your life. Because I know you were, was it elementary? I remember from what you said, you got into being a musician or getting in a band in junior high, trombone, in high school, the band and all that. So what hooked you to music?
Well, my parents are the ones that first introduced me to music, of course. Like most people, their parents listen to music, so you listen to music right along with them. Mm-hmm. And my parents listened to things like Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles,
Jimi Hendrix.
Still going through puberty.
That
This is
was
just Peach Fuzz.
legitness.
No, they listen to good classic rock and oldies and old pop, like that kind of stuff. And I always enjoyed it. And then my brother started buying records when he got old enough. I have an older brother, he's about 3 years ahead. So he started buying like Weezer when they first came out, the Blue Album, and then like Red Hot Chili Peppers. And just all those bands from the early 90s. And I started stealing his CDs and tapes and listening to them every chance I got. And I didn't really consider playing music that much. I just enjoyed it from a young age. And then once I got into like 4th grade elementary school, they said, hey, we are offering band. And I told my parents, yeah, I want to play. I wanted to play the trumpet. They didn't have any more. They're out. Wanted to play the baritone. Since they didn't have trumpet, they're out of that. So I got stuck with the trombone and ended up loving it. I ended up playing that all the way through, even to college. I played it in the college jazz band, did marching band in high school, concert band. I even went and played in Pasadena for some big honor band festival. And
Dang, so you've been music your whole life.
Oh yeah. Started playing guitar in middle school.
Yeah.
And then that's when we started, our band is in high school. And that was when it all started for performing. And I got that performance bug.
That's what's up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So you've been doing that since, and then after some time, I met you and Maggie. You guys came on Great Day.
Yes, we did.
You know, you guys jumped on, and I was like, man, everybody fell in love with you guys. I mean, I was there when you proposed.
Oh
you know?
gosh.
That was like, you know, I'm not trying to rehash stuff.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, you know. So, but it's to me, I just,
we all have a past.
Yeah, we do, man. But the thing is, I remember that day because again, everybody at the station fell in love with you guys. All the viewers. You
guys were amazing, man. That was my favorite thing, was to come and play for you guys. I mean, had to get up super early, but
yeah, because y'all lived up.
And we were past Merced, so I mean, but hey, it was always worth it, man. Always, you guys are the most receptive and super gracious, and
yeah, because I remember you had to get there at least by 4, right? For
something like that. You guys did it set up a little earlier back then.
Great Day started at 5, so we had to have the whole setup because it was Festive Fridays, and at 4:00 get there to get you guys sound check, plugged in, ready to go for the first hit. I would say like 5:20,
something like that.
So you would have to get up like at what, 1 in the morning?
I don't even remember, man. It was a whole blur every time.
Yeah, literally, because you guys are like, why the hell are we doing this? You know,
every morning on the way there, we'd say that. But by the time we got there, we're like, okay, this is fun. This is cool.
Dude, we made it fun. I remember us just having a good time, especially when we do our teasers, you know. And so, but again, man, that's how we met. And again, I fell in love with your guys' like your style, your brand, your guys' sound,
Thank you, man.
Your vibe. And you know, you guys had a great thing. And then what? Then it's like a year later, because you guys would come off and on. We not a year later. How soon did we shoot? Because I shot your guys' music video.
We'd been on Great Day at least 2-3 times before the video, so it'd been at least 2 years, maybe 3. I don't know. I mean, we did it for a while. Yeah, but yeah, and then we had a new single coming out. We'd gone back and forth with Nashville. We'd already put out our record. And we're just getting ready to put out a new single. And we thought, who does music videos? And we thought, wait. Brose and Justin. I was like, wait a minute. Those are good guys. Good people. We liked your guys' work. So
it was fun, man.
I remember
so
that. Much fun.
Dude, that bar, what was it called? It was in Turlock.
The Utter Place.
The Utter Place.
That
place is popping, dude. That was a dope night.
It was so much fun, man. It was like they had just built that new side of the bar too. The whole room had that total Nashville bar vibe.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun.
Place,
all the super diehard fans came out. I mean, that place was packed.
Yeah, it was.
It was absolutely packed.
Dude, and how many times we played that song that night, dude? Almost.
Way too many.
Yeah, it was like 100, 200 times.
I was sick of it by the end of the day. I don't want to hear it again.
But then I had to come home and edit it.
Oh, you heard it more than we did. Oh, yeah.
No, but honestly, I love that song, man. You guys vibed, and the way that song went, you know, I don't want to rehash, but the way you guys kind of like split it off was like the most maturest adults I've ever seen, and especially experienced.
Hey, man, you got to make yourself happy.
Yeah, there was just this announcement one day where everyone was like, "No!" It's like watching, you know, Brad and Angelina break up. It's like Brad Jolie, whatever. It's like, no, what happened? You know,
I think our producer called us Skaggy.
Skaggy, oh yeah,
it's not a very good,
Scott and Maggie.
It just sounded bad, but no, yeah, it is what it is. We just decided that it wasn't working, and I think the whole fan base is more brokenhearted than we were about it.
Yeah, we were.
Like, whoa, wait a minute!
I had a moment. I was like, no, why?
I mean, of course, we had our moments, of course, but that was all in the background.
Yeah, and so that's obviously, you know, those are just because again, that's the last time I remember, you know, at least talking, hanging out with you guys, the music video, you know, because we met for lunch to plan it out, and You know, so again, that was my experience with you guys, man, because that's when I officially was starting my business. And that was like, I think a year or two later, right, Laura? I quit my job.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of really what launched us. I would say, you know, Cottonwood Creek, Scott, Skaggy, you know, and Maggie, you guys launched my production.
You're welcome.
You know, thank you guys.
No, not really.
You know, that's it. You know?
Also, I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot that I could help you get that drive to just do it.
And it did, and I appreciate it, man, because again, those are the moments, because we got another music video we shot with Cloud Ship after.
Remember that? Yeah.
So that was fun. Shout out John and Brandon, man. But no, let's get into more now what you got going on, man. Let's get down to the nitty gritty because, bro, you're killing it. You are a one-man wrecking band. I mean, you destroy just that vibe. It's just like, it's amazing because it's like you're playing the kick drum, you're playing rhythm, playing the harmonica, and you're singing, and you're monitoring your soundboard, and you're monitoring. That's a lot.
It's a lot, man. I mean, I'm too cheap to pay a drummer, and so it is. No. Yeah, I'm just doing the guitar, kick drum, foot tambourine. Each foot's doing something, both hands doing something, harmonica, singing. And I don't know. That whole thing started for years back. I went and saw Mumford & Sons. They're playing at Shoreline amphitheaters for the Bridge School benefit, Neil Young's benefit thing. They performed there, and I saw Marcus Mumford. He was just playing the drum and the tambourine, singing and playing. I'm like, I want to do that. So I went home, found me a kick drum on Craigslist for like $30. Nice. Or where did I get it from? Someone? I don't remember where I got that drum from. I just started practicing sitting down, playing with one foot. Then I added the tambourine like a month later once I got used to it. It was like tapping your feet, and then I was watching other people that did that, and they're all sitting down. I'm like, you know what? I want to stand up and do it. I mean, it helps you stand apart a little bit, and it gives you more presence. So I practiced it standing up at gigs. First, I did just the drums, standing up, playing, just like tapping your foot.
Yeah.
Then I added the tambourine, and that took me a few more months of solid practice and shows to get that hang of that, and then adding the harmonica just threw a whole nother level in there. And now it's what it is now.
That's dope, man. Because again, that takes a different skill set, you know. Because I remember, I did play drums a while back in the day, and because your talent, your mind has to tell your hand and your feet to do different things. You know, for a drummer, you keep that 8 count and then just ignore that. But this is doing something else. That's an offbeat, and I remember that. But to be a lead singer, playing rhythm, playing the bass end. That's a different story. It's
very similar to drums in a way, in the sense that your limbs are moving a certain repetitive direction, I guess you could say. Like instead of having a snare drum and a hi-hat with my feet doing the kick and the hi-hat pedal, it's still the kick, but tambourine. My arm's moving up and down. That could be the same as you hitting the snare drum.
Yeah.
And this hand, all the chords are that's a little more complicated there because you're not playing chords on the drums, but it's same concept. Your brain just kind of gets used to it, that muscle memory, and you just kind of go on autopilot after a little while. Like I could be playing a song, playing all those instruments, watching the TV in the background of a bar, looking at something, thinking about something else completely.
Dang, dude, that's some skill, man.
It just becomes muscle memory after a while.
That's what's up. Now, are you a capo guy? Do you like using capos at all?
I do. Yeah. I'd be lost without it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was younger, I didn't like them. I thought like real players didn't use them. Well, if you're playing electric guitar, like doing like metal, you don't use capos. But as a songwriter, it's a very handy and sometimes necessary tool to get different tones, different chordings that you can't get.
Well, it offers like a different flavor instead of just like a strong power chord. It's like, instead of playing a B just chording, you put that, is it the 5th fret, right? 5th fret?
Don't make me transpose right now.
Yeah, transpose. And then you play that as a G, but it has a nice crispy
exactly.
sound
And then you can lift up one of the fingers, make it a suspended chord, and it just, it changes everything and it elevates it in a different way.
Because I do play guitar also, but it's been a while, man. Again, I mean, I don't know if you know, back in the day, I was a youth pastor. I was on the worship teams.
I think I remember.
Yeah, and so now I'm a backslider. I'm a heathen now, whatever. but I do have that experience. But man, to see where you're at, what you're doing, man. I mean, let's talk about now your gigs. What where you're at, man. What you're doing. How busy are you now?
Let's see.
And how far have you traveled and where, all that?
Well, with the old band, we played a lot further out. We did some stuff in Nashville and all that. And as a solo artist, well, I'll just kind of start from the beginning of that. After the band ended, I didn't touch my guitar for months. I mean, I was working for the current job I'm at, a different position, but I was up north helping clean up after one of those major fires.
I remember that.
And it was just super depressing. I'd just gone through this big life-changing event, and I was just distracted by the work up there. And eventually I just got burned out. And I hadn't touched my guitar for months. And I thought, you know what? I just need to get away from it all. Hopped in my car, started driving east, ended up in Oklahoma, hung out with some family. And then a friend, she saw I was like close to Tennessee, and she's from the Bay Area originally. I met her we opened up for Joe Nichols one night, the Cat Country LAC concert. And she sang the national anthem for there. Her name's Allie Seeley, great country artist, great, phenomenal singer. She's just hitting Tootsies and Rippies, all the bars on Broadway in Nashville. She's playing every night, multiple times a night. And she saw I was in Oklahoma. She said, "Hey, you need to come out to Nashville and we'll do some shows. We'll write some music." I'm like, okay, I guess. I didn't even have my guitar with me. So I ended up cruising out there after a week in Oklahoma, and we just worked on some stuff. I don't think we actually got any writing done. We just kind of just hung out, and I just vented a lot to her.
Oh, I bet.
And then she said, "Hey, we need to get you some gigs." So she contacted Rippies that she plays at, and so she brought me up on stage for a couple of songs there, and she got me a gig at another bar. I cannot remember for the life of me what it was called, but I had a whole set to myself. My old producer from my old band came out, and all the songwriters I'd worked with, they came out. And that was the first time I'd played and performed since the old band ended. So it was kind of poetic in a way.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, did you feel like you picked up where you left off, or was there like a ring rust or like a rust or
it was definitely rusty.
calluses?
Oh yeah. The calluses were less. And also I wasn't used to being the complete center of attention because it was a duo before.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the best looking one of the band. So
I thought so.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate
honestly,
that.
I was telling Justin, I was like, dude, if it was Scott or Maggie, I'd probably pick Scott.
No, but
it's the beard.
Well, thank you, man.
The beard, man. When you shave the beard and everyone was like, no, no. I mean, I don't care. I like the beard. I was like, man, and without the beard, I'm like, ooh, innocent. You're a good looking guy right there, man. So fresh cut and everything, man. This podcast just turned left.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah. but I wasn't used to being the center of attention. I mean, I was used to either the attention being split, or a lot of times she sang lead on most of the stuff. So I had to get used to that. And I hadn't, for larger shows, I hadn't experienced that in ever, really.
How was that for you, though, when you found out you could and keep?
Well, when I performed those shows in Nashville, I got the bug, man. I was like, okay, I can do better than that, because I felt like I didn't do the best. People enjoyed it, but I thought I can do better than that.
Yeah.
So I ended up driving home. I had to go back for work. So my boss texted me on a Saturday night and said, "You have to be back at work on Monday in California." And I was out in Nashville. I'm like, oh, crap. So I drove back to California in 2 days.
Dang.
Drove from Nashville to Albuquerque one day, and then Albuquerque to Mariposa the next, and then back to work. And then from there, I just started hitting up Instagram, all the old venues I used to play at. I started saying, "Hey, what kind of availability do you have? I'm performing again." Because all those people have been reaching out to me to play. Like, "Hey, we miss you. Are you going to play anymore?" And I told them before, like, I don't know. But now I'm like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Dude, I'm glad you're doing it, man. Because again, I'm a big fan. I remember when, because you got COVID, you were supposed to come down, play at Full Circle one time.
Yep. What, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah,
About a month ago?
Yeah, and I was going to go. I was like, oh, man. Because again, I miss you guys' vibe, dude. Your vibe, man. And now that you're doing your own, I'm like really happy for you. So after like Tennessee coming back, you said you got back, was just music and playing. Was that just on the brain on the daily?
All the time. I started writing a lot more, started learning a bunch of songs, relearning a bunch of the old songs and reworking some stuff. And that's all I could think about was just like rebuilding the brand. Because I couldn't do the same thing I did before. Yeah. And plus I kind of didn't want to. Country music's fun and everything, but for our country, I wasn't too hip on continuing to sing about Daisy Dukes, pickup trucks, that kind of country.
Yeah,
I wanted
beers
to.
And
I mean, the beer's great and all, but
yeah.
there's enough songs about it. So I started just going back to my Americana folk roots and kind of mix it in with a little bit of country, and I just started building my own sound back up. And
Nice. Now, how difficult was that for you to like find your brand, find your identity, find you in all that to get like, have you come out that guitar, like your whole everything?
It takes a lot. I mean, I'm still working on it. I mean, as an artist, I don't think you should ever stop working on that because artists, they do change over time. And for where I was, when I first started the solo thing again, to where I am now, my sound has still changed quite a bit because I'm still rediscovering who I am as an artist. And as I write more songs, they kind of morph into a new kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So it's always evolving. Yeah.
So now in saying that, then, man, is it difficult for like a male artist rather than like a female artist to hit it big, or
that? There's some yeses and nos. There are a lot more male artists who do get noticed and seem to have a little bit more of a head up. And I know a lot of female artists. I'm friends with a lot of them, and they have a real tough time getting the attention they want and the respect that they deserve, because the industry is very biased, and they have the specific type of look and sound that they want the women to fit in.
Wow.
And they don't always fit into that. Guys will just do anything. I mean, you could just get a guy, he can't even sing that great, but he plays guitar and he looks good, and put him on stage.
The hell out of him,
or just an old crusty guy with a guitar singing about just weird stuff, and he'll still make it big. But women, they have a harder time to break out on that scene. I mean, there's plenty of great artists out there, but getting people to notice him or sign him or whatever, promote them is a hard thing. Men have it easier, I feel.
I mean, that's kind of where my mind is. Like he's seeing you every time I see you post. My mind goes everywhere, dude. I'm like thinking about like if I was Scott, how would I, handle, promote? Because you're your own promoter too.
I do everything on my own.
Yeah.
My own booking agent, my own manager, my own promoter,
merch.
Yeah, I have my own merch,
social media,
songwriter. A lot of guys don't write their own songs either.
You're the grip. You're the setup crew.
Yeah, I'm everything, man.
I mean, so that's tough.
My own bus driver. Well, not bus.
Dude, by the way, you have a dope car.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
But no, I know, and it's like it's packed, so you do everything, So that's kind of like what my main thing was like. How have you seen your struggle in coming back, off, like you said, the toughest time, 2 years being off, what the experience is like coming back? How have you seen? Where has like been your biggest struggle?
Well, we had such a big following with Cottonwood Creek. I mean, we had tons of fans on all the social medias. We had records out. I mean, we had substance to push. We had people that were booking us for larger shows. We were open for big artists. I mean, Jake Owen, Joe Nichols, Lauren Elena. I mean, just about everybody except for like the top tier, like Garth Brooks, and not people like that, but a lot of the stuff you're hearing on the radio, a lot of those artists, when they come into town, into California for radio tours, we'd be opening up a lot of those shows.
Well, I remember you guys did like a Chris Stapleton thing too, right? You guys did like a cover just to show, hey, dude, pick us up or something like that. You guys did
we did a bunch of covers and stuff, yeah. But from going from there to that level, we're playing festivals with like 10,000 people, or like theaters with like 1,600 people, 2,000 people in the theater packed, opening up for big artists. Going from there to back to where I was at, it really humbled me. I mean, we still played smaller shows back then. Like we play in front of 2,000 people one day and then a backyard party the next.
Yeah.
But going from having all those highs to back down to pretty much starting over, like the Chris Stapleton song, Starting Over, another great one.
Come on. Yeah.
But that was hard for me. I mean, it was a big ego check too. It's huge. I mean, because the only person I could depend on now is myself. And just building that fan base back up is difficult. I mean, especially since you change your sound from what people expected from you from the past. That was a big change too, because they were expecting me to keep playing the type of stuff I did before. I still play some of those songs, but I'm different now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Now that you said that, like, have you felt like people's expectations kept you stunted or kept you feel not going to the next or that new identity or that new you?
A little bit, yeah. I still feel that. Depends on the venue I play. Like if I play like bars I used to play at before, they expect the same thing, and so I usually appease the crowd, play a bunch of the old songs, and towards the end of the night, I'm usually just doing mainstream country covers because that's what people will actually listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But in like theater settings, when I play things like that, I feel I can express myself more as the artist I am now. But yeah, I still feel like people expect nothing but country out of me, and getting them to listen to the other stuff is more tricky.
Yeah. I think, because I'm not an artist, man, but I feel like as a creator, podcaster, and what I do here for my business, I feel like a lot of people expect, well, you're not like Joe Rogan, or you're not like these guys, you're not like this, you're not like that. How come you're not, it's like, I think one thing I've learned, man, is, and I think you as an artist, it's like at some point you're just like, who cares?
Yeah, I got to that point.
Yeah. When did that point happen? And when did you realize and notice that point?
I think when I started back up, I just wanted to just make everybody happy. I just want to hit the road, do it all hard. And then about a year of not quite meeting my own expectations, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going about this the wrong way. That's when I started putting out my own solo music, started writing more. I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. I turned down a lot of gigs that I just hated doing. And
I like it.
They just weren't good for me anymore. I started picking up other places, focusing on different things.
Well, were you saying that? This makes me think, because a lot of times, because I can relate to that in a sense, to a certain extent, that I left a lifestyle being a pastor, a youth pastor for a long time. We were out. And we're at this point now, me and my family, we have 3 teenagers, I'm an old guy, dude. I'm 41. Yeah.
I'm not old.
I'm old, But the thing is though, we sometimes, when we come back to certain familiarities, we think that's where I want to pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
And sometimes we pigeonhole ourselves. I'm going to pick up where I left off. No, here's an opportunity to actually start over and leave what was in the past, or and I think that's what I'm getting from you, because we haven't talked and hung out or, really chilled in a long time since the music video.
Oh, yeah.
Especially then after communicating during post-production, and so, man, dude, I really, that connects with me, dude, because I can see that you had to re-identify yourself. You left a marriage, a situation that puts you in a position like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I remember the podcast with Micah, you're like, there's this big old fires going on. They set me up because of the company I work with, but my marriage was this. So it's like, do I keep my job?
2 fires going.
Yeah. So sometimes.
Both of them you couldn't stop.
Yeah. And sometimes we get caught on like, well, I want to go back to what's familiar. Then we think we're following our dreams. No, we're actually doing it because of an expectation. And dude, man, I am reaching up in here, boy.
It's good, man. You gotta follow what your heart wants, and you gotta go with the flow of how do I put it? With your intuition.
Yeah.
I mean, my intuition was to, like, I wanted to keep doing the same thing, but it wasn't working. I thought, you know what? Do my own thing.
Was that why you shaved the beard?
That was right before the split. And I was like, I think I was just trying to like.
Do you think that was your source of power, and that like Samson, and it's like you lost everything?
I don't know. I just went through a crisis. I wanted to change, and I thought maybe a change would save something, but nah. Yeah.
And again, I don't want to rehash, but again, I'm trying to figure out, because the thing is, man, when it comes down to Still Here podcast is always going to be this podcast of tell the story behind the glory.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone sees like Scott's back on it, is killing it, no, but
took me a while to get back.
Yeah. So everyone thinks, he has it together. Sometimes we think even when we're at I don't want to say our highest peak, but when we're just in our stride, everyone thinks everything's still perfect. No, man, we're still dealing with this and this.
Oh, yeah.
When no one's like shouting and screaming, it's like you're home by yourself. You're like, just me and my guitar,
And
That's the vibe I'm getting from you, man. I know it's getting like hella deep and the whiskey's kicking in. You know,
good, man.
I'm feeling nice and warm. Are you good? Are you hot? Are you good? Anything?
I'm
man?
good. Shout out to Proper 12 for keeping it
Shout
warm
out
in here.
Conor McGregor, man. Dude, so no, I mean, at the end of it, man, I feel like that's what brings the best out of you, the best music, the best podcasts, the best topics, the best, conversations, man. So let's dive into now like your music. Because you said you have a lot of experience. You have a lot of situations. Do you write from your experiences?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't go through the trials and tribulations the last couple of years, I wouldn't have written a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't really written anything about that particular situation. I have songs that pertain to it. They could be related to that, but they're about like different people or just experiences that I know the feeling of.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, just from my own experiences, and some stuff I write based on like other people, what they've gone through, but most of them are just from feelings I've felt,
nice
things that I've gone through. And hey, I write a lot of sad songs. I mean, it's far and few between that I write a happy song, but every once in a while you get one.
Well, I don't feel like that's nothing wrong with that, man, because there are a lot of people that are sad. There are a lot of people that are hurt. There are a lot of people that's left a situation or left something, and they need something to relate to. They need something to know that, am I alone?
Exactly.
And they hear a dope song like yours, like, oh, that's me right there.
Exactly. People always think that they listen to sad songs and make them sadder. No, they listen to it to know that they're not the only one that's gone through it. And that person that sang that song is still there doing it. And it's like, hey, if they're still doing it after they wrote a dang song about it, there's still something there.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of the authenticity. When you're able to be vulnerable and put yourself out there, especially in your craft. Because I remember it was Justin, because I had started a podcast I joined a podcast with another friend of mine before this one. And he's like, and he listened to one of my podcasts. He's like, dude, it's good stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's really good. He's like, but are you sure you want to put that out there? I'm like, yeah, all right. But again, that's what people relate to, the authenticity. Right now I have a friend of ours, or not a friend, but just a fan, I would say, or someone that follows the podcast on Still Here. She calls me a spiritual gangster.
Hey, yeah, man.
Because everything I'm saying is like very spiritual, very uplifting, but she knows I'm still gangster. I'm still hood. It don't look like it, but she's like, man, you're a spiritual gangster. # spiritual gangster. Like she commented on one of my posts. So, and it's like, if I'm connecting with people like that, or on a larger audience, then I feel like that's why I'm here.
Oh yeah, man.
And so I feel like as a musician, because music heals the soul.
Oh yeah, it does. It definitely does.
How's it like helped you? Like when you're in the session, you're at home. I feel like I'm in my feels right now. Like how's that help you? Like,
it helps me get off my chest, man. When I write about something that's really bugging me, when I get it out onto paper or into the notes on my phone, or just record it on my voice memo app. Once I get it out, I mean, I feel like I can move on from it, and maybe that's why I don't write happy music, because I don't want to move on from being happy.
But I feel like you're really happy though.
I'm a happy dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's nothing about you that just
my sad times are behind me for now. So
that's
hopefully they stay that way.
Yeah, no, I feel like
God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Come on, shots fired. No,
I'm happy, man. I'm having a good part of my life. Got good people in my life.
Are you dating? You have someone in your life?
I do, and I am.
Ladies, he is off the table. Dang it, that means he's off the table from me. Damn it, Scott. No. But that's dope. I mean, I'm so happy to hear that, because again, man, the way I love to connect with people, connect with artists, is if I know the story, and that's where I can feel like, man, that's real. I remember at some point I was at my lowest, and there was a song like this is probably make me emotional, but when I was sick in the hospital, I would put on like worship music, but I'm a huge Foo Fighter fan.
Oh, dude.
Bro.
Oh yeah. Love Foo Fighters.
So was it that song Walk Again? Because I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk from my living room to my bedroom. I had a wheelchair. They had,
man.
It was that I lost like 80% of my muscle mass. And then when that song came on in my playlist just at the hospital, dude, I would put that song on repeat. And then when I was released, and then December, I would say mid-December, we went Foo Fighters concert here in St. Mart Center. And that was my first time around that large of an audience since August.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, I didn't want to be out there because of my sickness, and COVID was still a thing. But I went. And dude, that was the night where I just felt like I was free. I was screaming my lungs out, even though I'm almost going to pass out. But dude, Taylor Hawkins.
Dude, that hit hard, man.
That hit me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so, I mean, I forgot my point, but the thing is that I connected with that. You know, and to hear and to see that, you know, hear about what happened to him, dude, I cried. I literally, but the thing, that's what brought me out of it. That's what, like, music, like you said, heals the soul, man.
Oh, yeah,
really,
man. I mean, I got these lyrics on my arm are a song that term when I was talking about when I was living in the van and I was just going on a bad path through life. I heard this song. It's by a songwriter by the name of Gregory and Isakov. And it's when I first started getting back into folk music. I heard this song and I thought, that is amazing.
What does it say?
It says, remember when our songs were just like prayer, like gospel hymns that you called in the air. Come down, sweet reverence. And to my simple house and ring. And I heard that. I'm like, you know what? There's still plenty that I got to do. There's still some writing left of me, some music, and there's still some living I got to do. I mean, I wasn't at the edge per se, but I was going down a bad path. Yeah. And that kind of just made me think, you know what? I want to write songs like that. I want to write songs that make other people feel something or relate to something. So that song just stuck with me. And from there on, got a new acoustic guitar, started putting the pen to paper. And
you get a Taylor or a Martin?
I've got a Taylor and a Martin. This is my Gibson right here.
Or a Gibson?
Yeah, that's my new baby right there.
About $8,000, I bet.
Not quite that much, but
Bro,
it's
I've seen some.
It's less than 8, more than 2.
Bro, I'm a big fan of that. I have a dude. When I was trying to, you know, at least get into worship and play. I had I forgot the name, but it's just a low end brand. I got it for like $600-700. It still sounds
like
crispy.
Ibanez or something, or
no, dang it,
Breedlove.
No,
I'll throw names out there. Epiphone.
No, not Epiphone. It's I don't know, man.
It was better than the cheap but not expensive.
Takamine.
No. I don't know. Lily has it, but we'll show you.
We can do it for days.
Yeah, I know. So I
love.
Man, what the heck?
I know seagulls are big in worship music, but
I'm confused. You know, but dude, no. But again, I love the fact that again, like that description alone, that right there speaks.
Oh yeah,
you know,
I mean, it's just about life, man. It's very humbling.
Because I like how because I'm gonna get into your music. I mean,
we're gonna get into it.
I need to get into that, man. So I'm trying to change genres. I'm trying to change it up because I'm so used to like Foo Fighters driving. I need something to calm me down because I get too amped up. Mm-hmm. I get too far ahead of myself, and music does that to me. You know, if I'm listening like, you know, Today Was a Good Day by Ice Cube, man, I'm going 100 miles an hour. You know, Linkin Park, you know, crawling in. I'm like going 100 miles an hour.
I couldn't see anyone speeding to my music. Yeah. Well, some songs maybe.
Yeah, was it on other guys? You know, the Little River Band, Friday night on the you know, I feel like I'm a cruise to your songs, dude. You know, but again, when you put yourself on there, I feel like that's where you connect with people, man, and that's where I feel like you get a good real fan base because they think I can connect with that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean,
because in person like this, we're having this conversation. We have a history. We worked with each other, and it's great.
We go way back.
We go way back. But the thing is, though, when you can connect with somebody without having that, that's real. You know, that's real authenticity, and music does that.
Yeah, that's a blessing of music, man. You don't have to. The music does all the talking for you.
Now, what has been like your recent experiences when people talk about or at a gig or performing somewhere and they come like, dude, that song, or you know, what's like a dope memory that you've had?
I've had, well, recently, someone came up to me after a show. This was I believe in Merced at the Manzer Theater. And this woman came up to me after the show and I sang a song. Actually, I might play this song later for you.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a live performance. Well, you already heard it, so but you guys, it's a good song. But yeah, go ahead.
Goes for this song.
Yeah.
It's called I Do My Best. It's about just, I guess you could say it's inspired by bad love and good whiskey. But it's about just hiding away after something bad and just missing someone and just trying to get on with it, just doing your best. And she came up to me and she said, hey, that song means a lot to me. I went through a divorce and then I heard your song and it gave me hope and gave me something to look forward to. I mean, it's not a happy song by any means, but she's related to it and that's what was important to her. And she handed me $100 tip. I'm like, nice. Thank you.
Well, one thing I love about that, because I remember there was a podcast or a topic I talked about. Sometimes I feel like a lot of people need to stay in that. Don't worry about it. But I think we need to stay in it. If you're angry, be angry. If you're bitter, be bitter. If you're
feel
hurt,
it. Feel all the feels.
Yeah, go through it. Because when the day comes when you come from it, you'll know that feeling and you never want to go back to it.
Exactly.
Learn
it, feel it.
Reaching up in here, boy. And you, dude, feel free to use that as a song. And I'm a ghostwriter. But the thing is, I think that's where people learn to stay in it, to see how they like it, if they want to stay in it. Or that's where I feel like people learn from and not go back. Like I said, I'm just repeating myself. So I think that's what helped me with a lot of my hurts, a lot of my people burning me, a lot of people, my experiences, especially in church. Because church people are the worst type of people, man, especially when they burn you, and so especially when they've gotten everything out of you, So and I think when you can connect with somebody either through a podcast, talking about specific topics or putting yourself on a paper, man, and putting yourself in lyrics and chords, you get those moments. And I feel like that's where I feel, because I do believe in God, man. I still believe in that he's, that's just my faith and my foundation. And I feel like that's where you connect and help change lives, be an impact.
Oh yeah.
And I think music does that. I do believe that, it does that.
And think that songwriters have to kind of like learn to do. And when you do feel those things, you go through it, you can get over it, but you don't want to forget it. A songwriter as a songwriter, I can put myself right back to where I was in those times and just to write a song. I mean, let's say, hey, I want to write a song about this. So I got to mentally kind of put myself temporarily back in that spot, tap into that, but not fully immerse. I mean, or else I could get back.
It'll
kind of rough.
Back.
Yeah, but you want to remember it, but you don't want to relive it.
Yeah, I mean, that's so true, man. Now that you said that, because there are moments I've experienced, it's like I want to, because again, these topics I talk about, I get real. I like my last podcast I shot last week is about counting the cost. A lot of people don't count. Bible says count the cost, man. If you want to use this in any aspect of life, if you want to start a business, be a musician, what's it going to cost you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you want to jump in a relationship, leave a relationship, if you want to quit that job to do whatever, the time is going to take you away. Count the cost, figure it out. If you don't do that, you're going to have to pay for, you only have to pay for it at the end. So, and I channel my experiences from my past. Man, I feel like I'm slurring. I'm so sorry, guys. It's like
lightweight.
Yeah, I am, man. It's been a while, dude. I mean,
you're good, man.
But the thing is, that's why I think I channel. Well, I channel that's how like a lot of my topics come in. Me and my wife will talk, and certain feelings or certain smells or certain things remind me of how I felt. And sometimes that's where I feel like I live authentic on, especially on the show. Because I'm not perfect. I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, he thinks he's perfect because he's talking about it, or nah, man, I'm actually in it. If you hear me talking about it, that's what I'm dealing with and I'm struggling with, and I'm open to talk about it, and so, and I feel like being a podcaster, talking about real topics, being a musician and singing about real issues and not just put it out there for a trending sake. That's not me. I know that's not you, because again, I don't get that. I've never got that once from you. Everything I've gotten from you, it's just authenticity, man. It's like, man, I would date Scott. He's a dope dude.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
This is where I totally get gay now.
I don't have to fight your wife. But I will if I have to.
Yes! But no, I'm just...
Brought to you by Proper 12.
Proper 12. Conor McGregor.
Nothing against Conor McGregor there. Don't come for me.
I would make out with Conor McGregor.
See if we can get close.
He likes the beards.
The beards, bro. You guys have a power beard. I can't look at see this? I shaved today. In about 3 or 4 weeks, I'll get like a stubble. So I get like a 4-week shadow. You know?
Shave for you. You just take the tweezers, pluck.
Dude,
I'm done.
I wish, man. Like my son is trying to grow his. Bro, we're native and we're not hairy people, man. He's like, look, Dad, that's my mustache. I was like, hold on.
Gone.
Like, wow, I wiped it off. It's just dirt. You know, but the power beard is so real, man. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Dude, this whiskey's kicking in, boy. But I don't know. I think at the end of it, when it comes down to it, again, man, when your craft speaks for you, that's when people connect.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'm like excited to know that. Obviously, I've always known that, but dude, I'm so glad you're like walking in your passion. You're walking in your purpose.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I couldn't see myself doing anything else. I mean, when I first started playing, I didn't quite know what I want to do with my solo stuff, and I didn't have my own identity. And I think people kind of picked up on that. They're like, "Oh, he doesn't know quite what he's doing." So I was playing a couple places, but once I started like being more confident about my own songs and kind of pushing it out there, and people started picking up my attitude and my performances, and they said, "Okay, this guy handles himself in a certain way on stage."
Yeah,
they resonate with that, and then more and more venues started reaching out to me, and now I'm busier than I've ever been in my life. Even with Cottonwood Creek, I mean, I'm playing 2, 3, 4 shows a week and working a full-time job on top of that.
Now, do you want to quit that job eventually? Just do this.
It would be nice. I don't know who listens to this podcast.
We got people,
but I mean, I don't know if anyone. I don't want to say anything bad about the company. I mean, I enjoy the job I'm doing right now, but of course, my dream as an artist is to do it full time, and I don't have a time frame for that. In case anyone was listening,
come on,
but
let's go.
But yeah, I mean, it'd be great to do that full time. I mean, I feel like I'm not too far off from being able to do that. But I don't get health insurance for playing music.
Yeah, you know, and I think that's where like counting the cost comes into play.
That's part of it. Yeah,
yeah, you know, because again, man, we had a Liz on, the owner of CDT Cocina down in Tower. She talked about her restaurant and the beginning stages when she started, got into debt. She was doing good. She had like one good day out of the month or something. She's like, this is it. This is why we're doing this, man. We're following our dream. But then the whole rest of the month is like just downhill, bills, debt. You know, and I think when you're not trying to set yourself up for the future, you're not building on the right foundation.
Yeah.
You know, I shot this one reel, and a shout out to, because I'm a big fan of Rob Dyrdek. Rob Dyrdek.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Bro, a mogul. And
his wife's from Los Banos.
Yeah.
She was she knew Maggie back in the day.
What?
Oh yeah. Connections,
man.
2 degrees of separation.
Come on. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He said, he says, the life I live now, I thank myself for doing what I did 15 years ago. I thank myself 15 years ago for me setting myself up for today.
Oh yeah.
You know, I thank myself for who I was 15, because the life I'm living now is because of that. And I think a lot of people they just get in like caught up in emotions and the hype. It's like, well, you got to remember there's more than just dropping 20 grand on a podcast and just think, oh, let's hope.
No, we got to work in it.
There's a work.
Yeah, good things.
Being an artist.
Good things come to those who work their ass off.
Come on.
I mean, you got to make hard decisions, and that's hard work too.
Come on.
Making the hard decisions.
That was legitness.
Yeah. That was legitness. Dude, you're so real because, again, so many people, and again, like my podcast last week, Counting the Cost, man, a lot of people get wrapped up in the emotions of the moment. You know, but they think, well, reality is, I hope, I wish. No, reality is like, no, not right now.
I work.
Yeah, I work.
I work at it. Struggle. All the struggle makes for better songs too.
Ooh, let's go. You know, but I feel like that's the authenticity of it, man. That's the blood, sweat, and tears.
People can see through the bullshit, and they'll drop you like that.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like that's what's helped Still Here podcast is that they know me. People know me. That's why some people call me that spiritual gangster. You know, and it's like, no, man, people know. Like, I mean, I grew up in a good Christian home, man, but the neighborhood and the lifestyle I grew up, especially when I was in high school, the streets, man, know when you're just fake.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so
they know when you're for the streets.
Yeah, dude, but they know if you're not or if you're front, you know, and so that's where I feel like you said, man, it's authenticity, bro. So, you know, let's get into now, because I know you talked about being a music producer or being an artist, you know, producing your own music, writing, because you went to Nashville, and I heard that, you know, I think you or Maggie I was talking to, because you guys said you have to keep your music on the low because people try to steal your.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to keep it on lockdown, and you got to protect yourself. You got to do things the right way. You got to make sure your copyrights are in order, your songwriting rights, your publishing rights. I mean, people will jump all over that, and if you don't keep an eye on it, they can get it from you. Whether it's they say, "Hey, can I use this song for blah blah blah? Just sign this," and all of a sudden they own the rights to your stuff. So you got to be careful.
Has that happened to you?
No, thank God, no. But
that's what's up.
Yeah, we kept everything pretty close to the vest, and I mean, people can still enjoy the music. It's out there, but it's protected. I mean, we have copyrights, publishing rights, and I mean, we have people that share some of those publishing rights with us. So
you have royalties and all that. If someone plays it, or dude, that's what's up. Good for you. You know, so now what? Let me ask you this now. In saying that, because it's a different time. Everything's Apple, you know, Apple Music, Spotify.
Oh yeah,
it's not like you can burn a CD and make 1 million CDs and sell them. How does that come into play? Because if it's like, hey, I dropped a new album, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify, it's on SoundCloud. How do you make money from that?
You don't. The only way you make money is if you're Taylor Swift. I mean, when it comes to streaming, you get like what, 1/1000th of a penny every play. Let's say someone listens to your song on Spotify 1,000 times, you get 1 penny. I don't know what the numbers are right now. It could have changed, but I mean, it's broken down similarly to that.
Wow.
I mean, don't come after me, Spotify, but no, the money is still, it's not with the music streaming at all.
Yeah.
Album sales, physical sales at shows, selling your actual record. People still buy those because they like to have something. They like to hold something.
Yeah.
Merchandise, T-shirts, hats, stickers, whatever. People buy that like crazy at shows. Tickets to shows and venues paying you. That's where the income comes from. The music itself doesn't pay, but it will pay in the long run because it'll draw people in.
Have you thought about doing like what Kanye did and drop? He put everything on a speaker Bluetooth device, and my buddy Ray bought Kanye's latest album, Donda or something like that. It's like you can only get it through Kanye, and the speaker cost with all that music on there is like $250.
See, I'll admit I was in the dark about that. I heard something about that. I know the name of the record, but I didn't know exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Because
he pulled all his music or something like that. And I mean, I can still play it on iTunes. But the thing is like he's selling his new stuff. Like you only get it through me.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you want it, new album, I'll put a teaser out. I'll put something out.
I think Garth Brooks has something similar to that too.
You ever think about doing that?
That only works if you're somebody already.
You are somebody, man. Partner with me. And I'm the type of guy, I want to help, dude. I want to help people. I really do. I want to be like, dude, because I feel like. Again,
that's why I appreciate you.
Dude, I feel like when it comes down to it, when you support others, you know, because I had a friend of mine, shout out to Chris Wilson, Andrea Andrade. Prayers to you, girl. I know you find chemo right now, but I had her on the show, and Chris Wilson was sitting there. He's like, dude, you know what you can do for people that want to start podcasts? And me, before, I was like, I'm not telling nobody my ideas. I'm going to be selfish, you know. If I put in the work, you got to put in the work. And so he put me in my place. You know, he was like, dude, you know, Joe Rogan could have done that, but who has he helped? How many people say I'm here because of Joe Rogan? You know, and like the setup I have now, a lot of people trip out, you know, because I know a lot of people are doing this, man, but I've watched their podcast and they're still struggling. There's still things.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this is fantastic.
You know, I'm blessed. I didn't have this 2 years ago. You know, so again, it takes like an effort. It takes like the real, like the mindset counting the cost. You know, so now I feel like when it comes down to it, man, when you've essentially put yourself out there to help others first than yourself, that's where I feel like people connect. And I feel like that's what you have. When you say, I'll be honest, that offended me when you said, I'm just nobody. Dude, you are.
Well, I appreciate you.
You put a lot of work in, man. Believe me, I've been a big fan of you since day one. You know, you and Maggie, you know, and so when it comes down to it, I feel like even if it's 10, there's 10 people that probably would buy that.
And each one of those people is very important. No one's more important. No fan is more important than the other. They're all, without any of them, I wouldn't be doing this. I mean,
if you put out a one-of-a-kind album that only 10 people have, just think of the status alone of where you put it. Because again, it starts somewhere.
Of course.
I would say, honestly, let's work on something. Let's set up a production. I'll help you out. And bro, let's put something out that exclusively people get on Patreon. You know,
that's what I've been talking about lately. I need to start a Patreon or something.
5 people, 10 people. Because you got to remember, there's 5 or 10 people that's like, they love you that much. You know, if it's one person that I connect with on this show, that's why I do this.
Well,
if there's one person you connect with your music, that's why you do this. You know, and I feel like that's the message of all this. You know, I'm very passionate right now, man. The whiskey,
let's do it.
Shout out.
No, let's do something, man. No, seriously.
I'm down.
I mean, my immediate plans for my music, I need to get product out there for people. I need visual stuff for them to see. I need to get my songs recorded. I mean, that's probably the biggest hurdle right now. It's because I've been spoiled by being in Nashville doing the record out there at the old band. I got spoiled by that good sound. Yeah. And I started doing some recording at home, and I'm like getting frustrated because like it doesn't sound as good as it does in Nashville.
Yo, we'll hit up Duffy from Micah's.
That's right. Yeah, bro.
I've heard some of his mixes. I love what he does with Micah's podcast, dude. I mean, again, it's connecting. I don't mind. Dude, let me know what I can do because I want to help you, man. I really want to be a part of something like that, man. Because again, if I'm not helping people, then I don't want to be accused of just a person trying to make my own clout, do all that. You know, I don't want to be that guy.
I mean, no one wants to be alone when they do it. It's fun to bring people with you.
It's so dope because it's funny. Last week's podcast, you know, I talked about obviously counting the cost, but it's like I'm not doing this to be cool. If I was to go viral, to go trendy, do all that, I mean, it's not gonna work because I'm 41. Me and my wife been married 17 years.
Congratulations.
We're not trying to be cool. There's nothing cool
You're
about
already cool. You guys are naturally cool. You don't try because you already are. You don't have to try.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate You know, but the thing is, though, that's how real it is, man, because I'm not just trying to be the next thing. You know?
If I wanted to be cool, I would have changed so much about my life. I mean,
I think you're pretty cool.
But,
I think you're pretty hot. You know, this is not.
It is the middle of summer. It's like 105 out there.
It is. You know, but again, I mean, I'm down to help because, again, that's where I feel like the podcast stands is to help others. You know, because, dude, again, like I said before, 2 years ago, I didn't have none of this. I was borrowing gear still.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I shot your video, dude, I didn't own my own gear. I had to borrow like 3 of my buddies' cameras.
Well, I'm glad you borrowed them. I'm glad your buddies let you borrow them.
Bro, I mean, it was so dope because
now it's time for you to be that buddy.
Dude, you are so.
That was legitness.
That was legit. Dude, you're so. And that's where I feel like Chris Wilson, when he was on, dude, and Andrea just laughed at me when I said, I'm not trying to give her my secrets. And she laughed. And I felt embarrassed because Chris is like, you know how you can help people, especially here in the Central Valley? Yeah, a million other people are doing it, but are they doing it like you know? But they want to, you know, so help. And I feel like that's what changed my mindset, you know, and I think when you put yourself out there to help, be vulnerable and be ready to be taken advantage of or screwed or burned or copied, you know. But the thing is that, you know what? It's okay. You know, and I feel like as an artist,
you're not going to win everything.
You're not.
Yeah. No.
You know, but the thing is, though, like you said, when you connect with the real people, they're going to be like, I know what's real and I'm going to connect with that. You know, so, and I think at the end of it.
That's why I wanted to come on with you. I'm like, you know what? This guy, you're doing it, man.
I appreciate
and you're literally, like you said, a genuine guy. Like you said, you think I'm cool? I think you're cool.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot, Scott, because it's. No one ever told me I was cool.
Yeah, you're not some hack in the garage. I mean, you're Jose, man.
I appreciate it. Yes, you guys heard that right there. Go to camera. You heard that. Scott said, I'm Jose. I'm about that Jose life. You know, but other than that, now, what's the goal? What's the next step? What's the next vision? I know we're talking about, dude, we're going to work with each other after this. But what's the next goal for you? Where do you feel like, where's Scott 2.0, 3.0?
Okay, let's just paint a picture. If money was not an object, my immediate goals for my music, record a record, release it onto socials with video. Well, I don't know if I want to do like an EP first with a couple songs or a full record. I've got enough songs written for a full record, but maybe I should just do a couple of my most solid singles, release like a pair of them, videos to go along with it, something visual, do social media campaigns as everyone's doing, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I mean, I'm more popular on TikTok than anything. And
well, we'll talk about that, but go ahead.
Well, that's a whole different story.
Yeah,
there.
that's the next topic right now.
Because that's nothing to do with music.
Let's go. Go ahead.
But yeah, so that'd be my next step. Record the record, release it with videos, and my experience with the old band, once you got music out there that people can listen to, something tangible in a product you can sell, that's when you start getting to that next level of shows. You starting to get bigger shows, start to be able to branch out and play further places, and more likely that I'll be able to make a living off just music. So
yeah,
my goals, I already got the songs written.
Let's do it.
Getting to that next step. Maybe Patreon will help me get there financially. I mean, I've got saving money, but I mean, it's not cheap recording the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And
and
if I can find the right people, do it for the right price too.
Right here, I got you, Scott. Again, man, like this Rodecaster Pro 2 does. Look it up. I'm seriously, you're gonna love what this does.
I'll check it out, man, for sure.
I would highly tell you to get this because this will change a lot of your recordings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because
I kind of done doing the recording at home thing. I mean, I've got the mics. I've spent too much money on microphones. I've got Pro Tools, Logic, all the interfaces and everything, but I don't have the patience. I used to have the ear when I was younger. Mm-hmm. My ears aren't what they used to be. I mean, I'm still young. I'm still 34.
What the? You are.
But I spend 4 nights a week, 3 hours at a time in front of loudspeakers. I mean, I can still hear, but it's not as fine as it used to when I was doing all my mixing and before.
Dude, talk to Duffy.
Duffy's fantastic.
I've heard some of his mixes. I've heard, especially what they do with Central Valley, man, podcast, Real Talk. You know, but I really want to help you out. I really do. Well, you let me know what we can do.
We'll be talking.
A few bottles of whiskey, I'm good. You know,
it's amazing what you can get me to do with whiskey.
Yeah, I'm already very passionate.
You don't have to be worried about that.
Yeah, I'm very passionate right now. You know, but at the end of it, now let's talk about your TikTok. Because, dude, you've gone viral. You've had millions.
I've had. What's
your TikTok handle real quick, too? We'll put
Scott Patrick Official.
Official. I like when they say official.
That's my handle for everything, too.
Okay.
So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, it's all Scott Patrick Official.
So why do you have 2 names as a last name and a first name?
Well, after Cottonwood Creek split, I mean, everyone knew me as Scott Little. My name is Scott Little.
Mm-hmm.
My middle name is Patrick. And that fall, after everything went down, when I was thinking about, like, if I did go back to music, what would I call myself? Would I still go by Scott Little? No, there's already a Scott Little that's out in Nashville, Georgia kind of area. I forgot where exactly he's from, but we're friends on Facebook. But there's already a Scott Little that's established himself in the country music scene out there. So I was like, okay, I can't go with that. There's Scott Little. He has a Scott Little band. So I thought, you know what? Let's go with my middle name, Scott Patrick. And it just kind of stuck from there.
What about like Scotty P?
Scotty. For years, I've joked about that. It will be my rap name. If I ever go into hip hop, it'd be Scotty P.
I can see you as a hip hop.
It's a good, like, late 90s kind of sound.
Yeah. Like almost a Run DMC type.
Run DMC, Master P, Scotty P.
Yes, bro. Or like Scotty Patrick or something, man. But, you know, TikTok, though, I follow you, man. And it's like the little things you do are hilarious. Why haven't you like capitalized on that with your music doing that?
Every time I post music, no one watches it. TikTok doesn't push it.
Dirtbags.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'll make a video one day, it gets 3.5 million views. The next day, I post a song, it gets 300 views. TikTok does not push it. Maybe it's because my TikTok brand wasn't built on music. So maybe TikTok just says, okay, this is not what works with this guy. Let's not push that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. They say, okay, he makes funny videos. We'll push those. Oh, he does music too. Now funny videos get more views. So they keep pushing the funny ones.
Well, do you have like you said, you have your normal one, a Scotty Official, but have you just started anything, just a musician?
Nope, not yet. I think
you should.
I think I'm going to force TikTok to start pushing. I'm going to try to just like keep posting the music more and more. And I feel also once I get better product, better production, music, full songs and stuff that people will recognize it a little bit more. Because the stuff is just in my bedroom playing acoustic.
Well, I think now, because dude, after doing this podcast, I do a lot of one-off, like motivation. Man, I really feel the alcohol kicking in.
That was a hefty glass, man.
I had two.
Almost half a bottle gone.
Dude, I'm
and
going
we
to
just
do
took
another one. But I feel like now with Instagram, one of my highest videos, and I don't pay attention. I don't pin it. I'm not going to pin it just to show, I had this amount. But I had like one of my videos hit 17,000 views.
That's good, man. That's real good.
And it's like, I was excited. But the thing was, it's like with Instagram changed its whole identity. They want to be like TikTok.
Exactly.
So it's no longer a photo app sharing.
They're even paying businesses to use Reels.
So let me tell you this then. Doing covers, quick, Chris Stapleton, slappers, dude. Do you ever think about just doing stuff like that?
I used to do it on Instagram all the time.
But now it is video based. Now it's IG Reel based.
Well, shoot, maybe I'll start doing it again. I've just been so busy doing shows and just performing all the time and working full time that the idea of sitting down, setting up all my cameras, recording a cover song, it's exhausting now. I mean, I barely practice at home anymore because I play 8 hours a week in front of people.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me be the I don't want to say big brother because I am older. How bad do you want to not work full time?
Oh man, I mean,
how much? If someone told you, Scott, in 5 years you're going to be this, what are you going to do now to prepare for that? If someone gave you an exact time to the second, how much would you prepare for that?
Everything I got.
How much time you would lose of sleep to prepare for that?
Oh, who needs sleep, man?
Right?
Who needs sleep? I can sleep when I'm dead.
I feel like that's where I'm at. So that's why I know you have the heart and passion. And a lot of times we do let the work life, dude, I feel the slurriness of my alcohol, right, Laura? Just, Laura's like, Jose,
just keep hitting that button, man.
But the thing is, like, if you're willing to lose the sleep, if you're willing to lose that for that, dude, I look back, like I said, dude, I'm really slurry. I'm so sorry, guys. But I thank myself.
Come on, man, buck up.
Bro, I'm bucking up. I'm weak sauce right now. But I thank myself 15 years ago for who I am today. And I think that's what you can do and be, man. Let me know what I can do because, bro, with these reels, what I'm learning on, because right now on my reels, I average from 1,000, 2,000 to maybe 5,000, 6,000.
Hey, that's more than
views.
I get on my. I mean, I don't post reels, but when I do post them, I mean, they're not as common. But when I do post them, I usually don't get that many views, just a couple hundred on Instagram.
But reels though are like, because I heard an influencer and I heard a lot of people, creators say, Instagram now is at that beginning stages of they've given you the answers to the test. Video. Whatever you post as video, just be consistent. If you're on your phone, just get a nice little mic, plug that joint in and be like, sing a song and just say, hey, this was on my heart. Wanted to pop this out.
That's a good point.
That's simple. And dude, that like my audience from Instagram has like, I think a month ago I was like 300 something followers. Now I'm like at 501.
I think you're more than 501. I was checking it today.
Yeah. And the thing is though, it's just with the consistency. And the thing is, I'm putting myself out there as far as where I want to be in my topics, because the reality is like people want to hear authenticity. People want to connect with someone real.
They gravitate towards that.
And no matter if they have 5 million followers or 500 followers, they're like, no, that dude's real. I feel like as an artist, you can punch so much more out. Because if I had that talent, if I was comfortable singing and not sound nasally and like I'm like congested all the time, I would put it out there. And I feel like that's what you have. You have the authentic, dude. You have a dope voice.
Thank you, man.
I get lost. I'm like, I look out.
No, you get lost in my beard.
Yo, can I clap that? Dang it, this whiskey is getting me, boy. But the reality is like when I feel like you want this, man, and I want to encourage you to step up your IG reel game. Because the cheat code is out there. Just do video.
I mean, there's a reason why every video from TikTok ends up on Instagram because people on Instagram, it works up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be like a month later than TikTok had it, but still, they post the videos there too, and Instagram pushes the heck out of it. So that's a good point.
It's funny because a friend, not a friend, I want to say he's a friend because I've been following for. There's this guy, says North Border. He's a photographer, YouTube. I follow him on YouTube because he takes pictures of cars, pretty dope. I wanted to get into that field, but I'm not patient enough. But he's a picture guy. He's like, I want to bring. He said that he wants to bring Instagram back to just the photo app. He broke TikTok or not TikTok, Instagram Reels because he shared one picture and Instagram Reels made it a 5-second frame and made it a video. So he had like 27 or 70,000 views on it.
Oh yeah, because people just kept looking at the picture and they're repeating over and over.
He put a song on it. Dude, it's that easy. If you're not willing to put in the work for something that simple, I took a picture when Fresno was a few weeks ago, a month ago, had the lightning storm and so, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I took a picture of it. It was pretty dope. And I shared that picture, dude, and it had a lot of views. I got some followers out of it. And it was just that simple. It made a 1-frame shot into 5 frames, which made it a video. And so I don't know, man. I think Instagram.
All right. I'll post some reels, man. You convinced me.
I'm telling you better do it. I'm gonna spank you, Scott.
You twist. Well,
and I might like it. You know,
I might hold off on that.
I might bite my lip. You know, but I don't know. I'm very passionate. Forgive the alcohol. You know, cheers. You know, you want to top off?
Oh no,
you got to drive.
Got an hour and a half drive after this.
I'm sorry, Scott.
So we hang out for a little bit.
You're gonna see Jose at his finest right now. So
oh my goodness,
Laura's like, I don't have to go.
I thought we were gonna go eat dinner or something.
You want to get dinner after this?
I kind of wanted to.
Well, let me ask you, babe. Overall conversation. Where has this? Like, where do you think? What do you think so far? Go on.
No, it was great.
We could go on for days.
Yeah, I didn't know about your TikTok, so I gotta look that up.
Hey, you gotta follow me on there now.
Then you get another follower.
Everyone follow me on TikTok.
Please.
Everybody. I don't know which camera's where. I'm just looking at all of them.
Right, give him his camera.
Right there. There we go.
Right here.
Right there.
Follow Scotty Too Hottie Boy.
Well, it's a little hot.
No,
it is like 105 out there.
I'm so glad you came back. You know, when Jose had told us the news about you guys breaking up, he was pretty devastated.
Yeah,
he's like, I can't not choose. I love her. I love him. I love them both.
You don't have to choose. You just
Yeah.
I just know which choice is right, but you don't have to choose.
No, he loves both of you guys.
I was being very dramatic.
But I'm glad you came out.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the last podcast you did was also about music. And
I'm not your only one.
Ben
or the long hair.
Oh yeah, Ben Naples.
Yeah. And, you know, music's huge.
We're friends on Facebook.
Music is huge. You know, it influences us. You know, you can have a positive influence or a negative influence. And I'm glad to hear that you're still continuing with your music. And
of course, I wouldn't do anything else.
I love that you love that. That's so cool. I can't play any instruments. I can sing. I can keep a tune, but I just could not get the guitar. But I see my girl.
I like how you see guitar. That's how I say it too. That's how my grandma said it. She's from Tennessee, so the guitar.
But maybe it's because I have the headphones. But my daughter's learning. I was like, man, I love that.
That's awesome.
That's the one thing that attracted me to Jose when he was playing. I was like,
guitar. It works.
Musician.
That's how I met my girlfriend.
Yeah, boy. Dude.
So I met all my girlfriends.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not all of them, but yeah.
But like again, let's get back to like you said, your TikTok, you're blowing up. You know,
millions of views.
I mean,
I love TikTok. It's a lot of fun. It does consume your life.
It does.
Like it can be in a negative way because you'll just get sucked in for hours just swiping. But when you post a video and it gets 3 million views.
What's like when you saw your first million? What was your feeling? Run me through that because I haven't had that.
It was okay. Let me remember. I think I posted this video. We might have to edit this part out, but I gotta look it up real quick.
No, do you, man? We're gonna let it run. Run with it. We'll be authentic. I'll narrate this while you're doing it. Was it that one where you're laying down and you're drinking that coffee and it went up your nose?
No, that was beer, first off.
That was beer.
That burned. That burned.
Hey,
well,
for the gram or for the talk?
This was my first one. And to
the older generation on TikTok, meaning like people born in the late 90s.
I'm going to download that. We'll have that up right now.
So that was my first one. That happened in October of 2019. October or November 2019. I think it was beginning of November.
Wow.
And it hit 1 million views overnight. And I posted it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
And you weren't trying to go viral on
No,
that.
I just thought, I was like, all my videos were getting only like 100, 200 views. I only had 100 followers. I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. This sounds funny because I'm not older generation. I was born in 87.
You're
so like,
not,
okay.
I'm born in 81. Scott,
So-
come on, I'm old.
So I was doing that and I was filming the video and I heard the audio and I spit my coffee out. I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. I'm keeping that. So I saved it. I didn't post it for a couple hours. Like, should I even post that? And I spit coffee everywhere. It's not even funny. So I posted it and I woke up the next day. My phone had blown up. I mean, over 1 million views, tons of comments. I had 10,000 followers overnight. I'm like,
Holy
I was like,
hell.
whoa, what happened here?
Oh.
So then I thought, okay, this is why people get addicted to TikTok. This is what creates those influencers. It's that attention. I was like,
yeah.
okay, that's intoxicating, but I could see how it is very unhealthy. So I just kind of didn't post much for a while. Just did a couple of videos like, oh, thank you for the follows, blah, blah, blah.
I watched that. I followed that.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah.
So then I just did little videos here and there. Nothing really popped off. And then I think like a year and a half later, I think I got my first, my second viral video, my most popular one ever. It was, I think it's like 3.6 million views or something. That's another one. I'll have to make everyone go out to TikTok and check it out. It's pinned at the top there. It just has to do with a guitar and a dog. Not my dog. It's one of those duet videos where you duet the video.
Yeah.
And it's just perfect.
I love
perfect
those.
timing.
I love those.
All right. But another thing I noticed about TikTok is the ones I don't try hard at all with. Like all these videos I've done, it's just on a whim. I'm scrolling, I hear a sound, I'm like, oh, that's funny. Let me make a video. Make it 10 minutes later, got it saved in my drafts. Then I have other videos I spend like all day thinking about it at work. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this song. I'm going to do this, or we're going to do this skit or whatever. Go home, spend an hour doing it, reshooting it, post it, 100 views. I'm like, what the
Isn't that messed up?
And then-
Man, y'all suck, man.
And then this video, I got home from work, sat down on the couch. 2 minutes later, I saw this video, grabbed my guitar, did a duet of it, and 10 minutes later, I posted it. I didn't even try anything at all. And 3.6 million views later.
Bro.
Okay,
I'll post it. Yeah, as you play it, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna download it.
Okay, so it's this one right here.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Post it on the screen.
It's on right now as we're talking. You know, and I feel like that's kind of what social media has. Because I heard like you know that saying, money's the root of all evil.
Oh yeah.
But now I feel like attention is the root of all evil.
Oh,
Because it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing.
Nowadays, attention means money.
Yes.
Especially with TikTok and social media. Attention equals money. The more attention you get, the more sponsorships you get, because people send you stuff for paychecks. They'll send you money and their product and say, hey, we'll pay you if you wear this product in your video. I mean, some TikTok artists or Instagram influencers or YouTube people, they'll get the scent of sweatshirt and say, hey, for 10 grand for 3 videos, wear my sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And they get 10 grand for wearing it in 3 videos and that's it.
Has it happened to you yet?
No. I think I've like not to that level, but I have gotten stuff sent to me. There's a brand called Clocks and Colors, like men's jewelry and stuff. They have like a necklace thing, not this one, but it's like a necklace with like a compass all sterling silver and a bracelet with like tiger's eye and sterling silver with like animal skulls like printed on the blocks. And it's really cool stuff. They just send me a coupon for stuff. I order stuff off the store and wear it in the video and just shout them out.
Wow.
I mean, it's smart for the company. They get
It
this
is.
stuff out there, spend a little bit, but if they get money based off of those videos, that's
Yeah.
profit. So
That's smart. You know, I feel like that's where, again, when I think about back in the day where I grew up, because I remember you and Micah were talking about CDs and tapes and all that. Because my daughters, well, one of my, Lily has a CD. We ordered her a CD player because she likes all the CDs that I still own. She's like, Dad, what did you used to listen to? And she's like,
is that retro now?
dude, it is.
So old.
That sucks. Hold on, let me play something. You know, guys, when I'm old, and CDs, I started.
CDs nuts.
CDs
I
nuts.
had to-
I was that guy that recorded on a cassette player. Oh, it went over.
Yeah.
Dang it! But that's where I grew up, as like on the cassette, rolling on getting the tape to where you hit record. This song is still going. I'm faded, bro. But man, what were we talking about?
TikTok
TikTok
and CDs.
But it's a different story now because now you can get it all out there so fast.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's so funny now. One thing I've learned and I've seen and I've noticed, this generation and the generation before, they have no identity. Do you have time? Do you ever go anywhere? You have to
No,
go
I'm
anywhere?
good.
Okay, dude, we're doing.
Got
y'all
bladder
gonna-
of steel, man. I'm good.
Y'all gonna have a 2-3 hour.
Apparently
podcast.
a liver of steel compared to you too.
Let's go. But the thing is, though, these couple generations have no identity. Because when you think of the 90s, you know what to think about. CDs, tapes, and all that.
Yeah.
80s. You know, so now everyone's falling back to what's cool with retro record players. You know, so now what today's age is like, if you know how to channel that, especially on social media, bro, you're going to be like a big thing. You know,
yeah.
and to get the sponsors and to get the covers and to get the support, it's easy, you know? So I feel like with the show, that's where I'm learning now how to dial that in and be specific, you know, because when you're just out there just trying to go viral, you're pushing it. It's obvious.
You got to find that little niche
Mhm.
that a group of people will just latch onto.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I think of like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a broad subject, but they brought back 80s in a way, and now people are wearing 80s clothes. It's fashionable. That the hats, like the multicolored mesh back hats, are they're more in than ever. The trucker hats, like the old school bright red and blue gaudy colors. Like it all came back from Stranger Things. It's a parachute pants. You see people wearing those high waisted, bright, flashy neon crop
We have
tops.
every single style.
I mean,
Throughout the years, we have them all right now.
oh yeah, because
We have
they
the
tapped
bottoms,
into this
everything.
style. They did it well and tastefully enough that the newer generations latched onto that. They're like, okay, that was cool. They took the coolest parts about the 80s, brought it to the show, and then people are taking what they want out of that. And
but
so
that's what's cool. That's what gives us the advantage is that it's not like we're trying to live the trend. We lived that when it wasn't a trend.
yeah, exactly.
You
I
know.
was only 3 when the 80s ended, but
Dang it, you're calling me old.
you're only 5 years older than me.
But I'm 41. I'm
Okay,
40,
7.
81.
I can count. 7.
But
Quick
that's
maths.
Well, here I feel like that's what's the dope thing to kind of get back on your TikTok thing is like when you understand and know how to put that out there, that's what people will love to. And that's what I'm starting to learn,
Mhm.
especially like when it comes to IG Reels now, man. Because again, like I said earlier, IG Reels, Instagram has given you the cheat codes.
Yeah, they have the tools. It's up to you to use them.
Yeah.
Up to me now to finally utilize them.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
older brother is gonna tell you, I'm gonna spank you later. I might enjoy it, you know. But the thing is, though, anybody listening, watching, if you're a content creator, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, you're a producer, whatever, man, take advantage of the videos, you know. Because one thing I'm learning now, especially when it comes to like just recording my thought, you know, I shot this one reel. We were driving. I'm like, you know, and I had just like, babe, get your phone out. She got her phone out. I was like, look, you guys, we're driving on this road called life. Right now I'm driving. We're running some errands. And you're going to run into a lot of stupid people that drive slow, that cut you off. You're going to run into speed bumps. But you know what? Your destination never changes. How you get there determines
Where's that
your
legitness button?
attitude. Hold on. I don't want to do that. I did it again. like your destination never changes, but how you get there is up to you.
It's still playing. It's still though. It's fine. It works,
bro.
No, that's some pearls of wisdom.
Isn't that crazy?
You've given me pearls of wisdom today.
Your destination never changes, but while you're on that road, you choose how you get there. If you let somebody cut you off and piss you off and detour you from getting there, doesn't matter. The destination is still there. But you put yourself on the detours. If you want to just keep going left and keep turning left to go right to turn left.
Yeah, that was your choice to do that.
Yes.
You let them influence you.
We are racing up in it. So, and I feel like that's what social media has done. It has proven and shown the worst of people. But actually, if you utilize it for the tool, it can be, man, I mean, the opportunities are endless. Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, it's the way the world is now. I mean, the tools are all there. It's what you put into is what you get out of it. If you put bad content, you're not going to get anything. If you put great, genuine content, genuine people are going to notice that.
Not so much bad content, but I feel like regurgitated content.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've seen it. And it's like for instance, and I'll call it out, and this is the alcohol speaking, so sorry. So I was on this podcast before this called Unfiltered Podcast. And so the other host of it, he was just trying to go viral. He was just this dirtbag. And, so the authenticity of it behind it was like, when I would post something, people will love it. When he would post something, no one cared because they see it's like, man, everyone was like, dude, why are you with him? Get rid of that clown. He's fake. They saw it through the phone, through the screens, and not ever meeting him in person. They're like, that dude's a dirtbag. Watch out. And they would tell me that, so I feel like that's where I feel like people's realness will connect with, again, it can all come full circle.
What you put out is what you get back.
Yeah. And they know when it's fake because they can see it, they can hear it, they can feel
People
it.
are smarter than the creator thinks they are.
Come on.
The creator doesn't give their listeners and fans or whatever enough credit a lot of the time. I mean, there are some exceptions to every rule, but
you're right.
For the most part, though, yeah. I mean, a lot of authors even will say, don't dumb your book down too much. People are smarter than you give them credit for. Just say that vague thing, allude to that thing you mentioned 5 chapters ago. People are going to pick up on it.
Well, that's the thing, because I remember as a kid, my dad would talk to me like I'm stupid. Like, look, stupid kid. I'm like, don't talk to me like I'm stupid. It's like, I know I'm not stupid. It's not me, it's you, And so, and I feel like that's kind of what social media has done is brought out, like, we think people are just stupid. That's where I feel like, in side note, soapbox, politicians think society and people are stupid. It's like, no, we see through your bullshit.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm not a fan of politicians.
Yeah, same here.
Not at all.
And it's like, dude, we know it's
no matter what side they're on.
Tacos. It's like, come on,
I like tacos, man.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
But are you talking about the comment the other day?
Yeah.
No.
Fuck that bitch. I'm just saying, But that's what I'm saying. People see through the bullshit, So I don't know, man. We've talked about so much. I love this, even like Passionate Jose. Because, dude, this has been a minute since
That's where your new Instagram name, Passionate Jose.
Yes!
That's your new channel. That's where you should post only videos of me and you hanging out.
Patreon, bro. If y'all want to pay for that and you guys want to see some OnlyFans, no. But
it'll be only Jose at that point.
Like, I'm about that. Because, again, I changed my, like, I tell people I changed my name from Jose, Jose, to a new name, Jose, Hoezay. I'm about that. Hoezay. Yeah, I'm about that whole life.
You're for the streets.
The streets, boy. But I mean, overall, because again, I know we're going to get into a session, or we've gotten into a session with you singing and playing, man. Other than that, what do you got going on? Where can people find you? Where can people connect with you, man, and find your music to support you?
Find a local bar. Now,
yeah, boy.
Social medias are all Scott Patrick Official on everything. www.socialmediasite, whatever it is, .com/Scott Patrick Official. You could find me. Just Google it. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm still getting ready to put music out on Spotify and Instagram or Spotify. Whiskey.
Damn
it. Stop it.
It's your fault, Conor McGregor.
No. You can still, I'm working on getting music out, so I'm still working on that. I've got 2 singles on Spotify, but they're super indie, super mellow piano, cello stuff I did at home that I was just kind of having fun with.
Yeah.
I love the songs, but it's not what represents me the best. They're just stuff I had fun with at the time when I released it at the time, and they felt good at the time. But you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see me live. Follow me on Instagram. I play all over California from lately these days, mostly Fresno up to Sacramento and everywhere in between. That's my typical territory right now. I'm trying to branch out further south, further east, back over. I used to play in Bishop and Mammoth and Tahoe. I'm working on getting back out to those areas. Now that things are opening back up, that seems more possible. So yeah, it's catch me at a show. That's when you experience the real me. I mean, social media is fun and all, but if you want to hang out, come out to a show.
You're that approachable.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, people, listeners in Fresno, I play at Full Circle like once a month. I play in there.
What's the response in your audience there? What is your experience?
People enjoy it. People love it. I mean, it's not always on the busiest because it's the weekday shows a lot of the time. So a lot of people are at home on weekdays or all working, then they get off work and stay home, which is totally fine. But if you feel like doing something on a weekday, check my Instagram and see when I'm going to be in Fresno. Full Circle Brewing. I play wineries every third Sunday in Madera. I mean, I play in this area because I know that's. I'm sure you do have a lot of listeners here in the Fresno area. But I mean, for those who are in other areas, I play Sierra Nevadas, the Central San Joaquin, the North Valley. I mean, heck, if you want me to play somewhere else, hit me up and let me know. Shoot me a message on Instagram.
I know a lot of brewers here, like House of Pendragon in Sanger, Machine Head here in Clovis, Crone Wolf here in Clovis.
Okay.
Bro, you need. I know a lot. I know the owners there.
Shoot me a list, man.
Dude, y'all need to hit up some Scotty.
Please. I want to play more in the Valley, Sanger, Tulare.
Yeah.
It's anywhere.
Have you played at Barrel House at River Park yet?
Mm-mm.
I know some of the owners. I know the owner there, or at least the manager.
Hit me up. Let me go.
I'll get.
Let me do it.
Yeah. But now you said something. You know, man, I forgot
what I say. Am I gonna be in trouble?
No.
Okay.
It's very inspirational. The whiskey's not helping.
It must be the whiskey.
The whiskey's not helping. You know, but you said, damn it. I don't know.
Nice.
You know, dude, I'm faded. I'm sorry. Shout out Conor McGregor.
She's having a good time over here.
Where are you at with all this? Tell me your thoughts while I think.
My thoughts? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
You guys are here real.
It's a good conversation.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, Scott, when I think about like your experience and what you've done so far and now, you know, again, like the podcast, still here. You know, I don't want to get all cliche, but you're still here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but like during COVID, how did you like decided to? Because you said like a couple of years ago after, you know, the new direction and the divorce and all that, like, during COVID, where did you learn to like find yourself more and build?
That was my songwriting that I learned to find myself more. Because I mean, of course, people were staying in. I was working a lot. I was still working out because I was an essential worker. I was working for electrical company.
Yeah,
I was inspecting utility
There's like
poles.
only 2 here in California. So
yeah,
y'all
let you debate. We'll figure it out.
Y'all.
So I spent a lot of time the last couple of years just alone in a hotel room all week long on the road working. And I'd have my guitar with me sometimes. So I'd just be sitting in a hotel by myself for like 4 days. I mean, I worked during the day, but a lot of lonely nights with my guitar. And the guitar is fine, don't worry. But a lot of lonely nights with my thoughts and a guitar.
Yeah.
It's getting real weird, y'all. She's over there.
Like, a lot of lonely nights. I had to beat my meat. No, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I'm that guy. I'm sorry. Conor McGregor, I blame you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I guess imagine
y'all see the worst of those
the question mark over my head where that sound hits.
But go. This is by far one of my favorite podcasts. But the thing, you're right.
Everything's more fun with whiskey, man. And me and whiskey.
Hey,
it's a great time.
You want to stay tonight, Scott? We got a room for you. Let's slam it, boy.
I was kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're right.
Don't get your hopes up.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead. But seriously, continue.
No, but what was the question?
Jesus. No.
Where?
Hallelujah. No, I feel like the question is that like when you come down to the root of finding
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent a lot of times in a hotel room just for months. Just I'd have to be in the hotels like for 4 days a week, five nights a week. And so I'd just be sitting there with the guitar. I had a lot of time to think about my past and what I want to do for the future and write. So I just kind of spent a lot of time just self-evaluating. And once I kind of started figuring out what I wanted to do, I started booking more shows and kind of living the life I wanted to live. And then about a year and a couple months ago, I got a promotion at work, which allowed me to work from home, which means no more being alone in a hotel every day. I can actually have a social life and I can date if I want to, or have a romantic life, which was
clap cheeks. Hey, man, we're human. We're men. We're talking about that shit. So go ahead. But go ahead.
It's a side effect of dating.
Side effect of dating. Clap cheeks.
So I was able to live my life, as a gentleman would say.
Gentleman.
And that also opened me up for weekday shows like this.
Yeah.
A year and a half ago, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here hanging out with you. I'd be sitting in a hotel in Eureka or Zoom. Bakersfield, just either doing a Zoom call or just ordering Thai food and sitting in a hotel room wearing nothing but my guitar.
That's true.
And
man.
it's just being a lonely, sad man. But now that my life has got where I wanted, I secured that new position I want. I can book shows during the week. I can travel. I can book shows during the week. I can, even if I'm in a hotel, be working. I could be playing my guitar. I could be playing a show that night, go to the next place, do the same thing. I mean, as long as I'm getting the work done and still doing what I love to do with playing shows, life is so much better. And I'm very fortunate to be in that position. I mean, this position just kind of dropped into my lap. And I found a way to live my passion and still take care of business and my obligations with my old job at the same time. So it's a balancing act. It's exhausting. And maybe one day the scales will tilt one direction or the other. I'm hoping in my favor.
I feel like the scales are gonna tilt towards the latter. I feel like
the scales are gonna tilt towards what I water the most, what I feed the most is where it's gonna go.
Go ahead, don't finish.
And my music is hungrier than the other one, so I think I'm gonna feed that one.
Yo, I'm telling you guys right now, go to here. Let me tell you guys, look, your boy is faded. But the thing is, what you feed and what you're intentional with and what you want to water, there's this thing I've always said, man, as a farmer prepares for the rain when he knows there's no rain. It's like, what are you preparing for? Like Scott just said right now, he said, dude, I am messed up. But the thing is, though, what are you preparing for? What are you positioning yourself for? Because at the end of it, man, everyone, you hear this all the time regurgitated. Follow your dreams, follow your passions, follow you, do you, what makes you happy. But at the end of it, happiness is considered an emotion. Happiness is like, what my true happiness is this. But where your joy comes from is where's the foundation of that? Because when everything else is stripped away and it's just you, who are you? And I feel like when you push to what I'm trying to say is like when you push what makes you happy to where you start living in your passion is where it's worth the cost.
And you got to plant your grain where the sun shines.
Come on.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it sounded good at the time.
Dude.
The whiskey makes it sound great.
You plant.
You plant your grain when the sun shines because, I mean, it's going to rain eventually one day, but you're going to have ups and downs. I mean, you got to plan, even if there's nothing bad happening, you still got to prepare for it because if it does come, you'll be ready for it.
Yes. Again, I know I'm faded. Your boy.
I think I'm mixing colloquialisms and like, and I'm mixing everything.
This is a very passionate conversation.
I mean, we're
based
mixing
off whiskey. Happy Dad.
seltzers and whiskey.
Hey, you want another?
We're not in the same glass.
You want another glass?
Ooh.
Dude, stay the night. I'll spoon with you. But, bro, this is exciting. Laura's looking at me. Where are you at with this, Laura?
I don't know where you trying to figure
How much
out
do you
where
want
you're at.
How much do you want to edit tomorrow?
This is no editing. This
Oh,
is
shoot.
going all out.
I don't even know. Ooh.
We are all out. We're going to something new after this. But I don't know. I'm just messing around. We do this thing. Hold on. Wait. Got him. Wrong. Got him. Wrong MIDI pad.
Or as what's his name? What's his name? He always like he's a hip hop guy. He always puts himself on everybody's track. DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
You played yourself.
Yeah. I need to put out another one. You know, but I don't
And
know.
every time I take a sip, another one.
Another one. But seriously, I know I'm very faded right now. And dude, I'm so excited to have you on, man, because I feel like this is the conversation I wanted it. This is the topic. This is like the topic that I wanted to get out. Being faded or not, you know. Because people connect with that. I'm human.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're human. We all, whether our bank account says we have over $1 billion or $1 or negative, we all take a shit. So there's not.
And we can't take it with us when we die. Oh, not the shit, but
I mean, as much as we want to. I mean, but the thing is
a record breaker.
There's not one person greater than the other.
No, I mean we're all
human.
We're all born naked and we all die dead.
You know, and we do this thing. I feel like we're into this because I think this is where the podcast goes really south. It's like we're as humans, man, we accept that we are human. Like we said earlier, man, whether I want to stay in bitterness, I want to stay in hurt, pain, frustration, being burnt, being hurt, being divorced. Stay in it. See how long you like it. But then grow from it. Until you grow from it, you'll never know what you can, or you'll never know how strong you can be.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel it when you're going through it. And when you're done going through it, I mean, happiness is very much a choice too. I mean, I know plenty of people that when they go through something bad, they just finally be like, okay, I'm done. I'm done being sad. I want to be happy. And I was one of those people. And I know other people that they say, okay, I went through something bad. This is my identity now. I'm like, no, you can't just live in that sadness forever. That eats away at you. It's like it's a poison.
Are you guys listening to this, man? My man is reaching up in here. What you put in your life and what you allow is what you're going to get out of it. You know, and I feel like that's what Still Here podcast represents, man, because at the end of it, you're still going to be here. And how you choose to come from it is up to you. You know, whether you're an influencer, a podcaster, a musician, or just an average Joe, and how you come, dude, I am slurry, and you guys, I'm sorry, not sorry.
But at least you're still here.
I'm still here.
You're with me.
My wife is not disappointed in me, you know. So
well, you haven't asked her.
We could probably give you a guitar right now, and you come up with
the best.
You probably come up with a really good song.
Yeah, but the thing is, at the end of it, man, you guys.
I think she's hinting at something.
Ooh, we're gonna do something right now. But the thing is that you guys right now listening and watching under weird circumstances of me being very faded.
It's not my fault. He poured the drinks.
It's my fault. and I feel like that's the key. When you learn to accept that, you know what, it's my fault. I'm at where I'm at because of me.
Is this a fault though?
Well, I feel like
I see what you're saying.
It's
though.
a lesson.
I see what you're saying.
It's an opportunity to learn. Like Jordan, how many times did he learn to fail to come to be the greatest of all time?
Oh yeah. It's not how many times he falls. How many times you get back up and keep moving forward.
Let's go.
Was that That was Tyson. That was Mike Tyson. That's Mike Tyson.
Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, that is also very true.
Yes.
No plan survives meeting the enemy.
Let's go.
I don't know who that was, but it was someone smart.
Well, your enemy can be yourself. And I've been down that road. And
I've been more enemy to myself than anybody in my entire life. I'm my biggest enemy sometimes.
Speak on it.
I mean, I can kill my own creativity. I mean, I do it all the time. As a perfectionist and a songwriter, that's a horrible thing to do. I start writing a song, I'm into it, I'll get a thought, I'm like, oh, okay, no, that's not good. That's not bad. That's really bad. And then I'll kill the song and I'll be like, okay, why did I do that?
Yeah.
And I'll try to revisit it later. Sometimes I'll get the song done, but I mean, I'm my biggest critic. I'll play a show I felt great at. Then I'll watch a video of it later that someone took. I'm like, oh, that was horrible. So I stopped listening to myself on videos of live shows. I mean, because I will kill that vibe that I had going from it. I'll be on such a high after a show, then I'll see video. And I mean, even if everyone else loves the performance, I'll hear it. I'll hear these little things that no one else would hear. And I put myself in a funk. I'm my worst enemy. I mean, I think things about myself, my music, and the way I do things that no one else would ever think of. But that little bit of me, sometimes it'll just get the better of me. So I got to distance myself from certain aspects of that.
Well, let me ask you this then. We do this thing, last words, last thoughts, man, because I think we're both pretty faded. But last words, last thoughts on that thought. How would you encourage somebody to push past that and move forward in that?
Just keep doing it no matter what. I mean, that's what I did. I mean,
even when they're at your lowest.
Honestly, I have never been a huge fan of my voice at all. I mean, as an artist.
Don't say that.
No. But speaking candidly, as an artist, I've never felt, okay, I work with what I got and I love what I do. So I use what I've got to do what I love to do. Whether, I mean, it's not the best in my opinion. And it's not the worst though. I feel like I could always improve, but I'm not like who has a fantastic voice. Chris Stapleton.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not blessed with his voice. I have my voice. It's a matter of opinion at that point. He is very skilled. I'm not quite at that level, but I still push hard. I mean, I don't let my opinion of my voice stop me from doing what I do. I'm not the best guitarist in the world either, but what I do works for me. No matter what, just keep going. Someone's going to tell you one day that you sound bad. The next day, someone's going to tell you sound good. And just no matter what happens, if you love to do it, keep doing it. Even if you're terrible at it, keep on doing it. And I mean, I've had people tell me many occasions that like, why do you write? Why do you play? Why do you do this? I still do it because I love it. I mean, other people see it. I mean, I'm still here.
Let's go. He said it's still here. So your word is to people, we're still here. You know,
that's it.
Dude, out of all
in the show. Perfect ending.
But before I say my thought, Beb, what's your last thought, last words and all that? Because we still got to take pictures and get production and promotion and teasers.
Great conversation.
You're the mature one right now.
Great conversation. I had watched the other podcast that you were with on the Micah. I thought it was great too, but I think we got to know a lot of who you are.
I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I mean, plus I've known you for years.
Yeah.
So it makes it, I mean, I'll talk to a complete stranger too, but I mean, I feel comfortable here. And so, I mean, you guys are great.
Yeah.
So thank you.
What?
The whiskey helped too.
Whiskey very much helps.
No, it was just great. Great having you. Great getting to know you more. I know we had talked before, but I really didn't know more,
Well, yeah,
on a personal level and stuff. But.
I was it was when we went with me and Maggie all together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a share conversation and it was a different situation. We weren't digging in. We were having dinner and chatting about
business.
We were talking about one song.
Yeah.
one video, and I mean we could go on for hours,
Facts.
and we'll still have plenty more to talk about. So
Yeah.
so yeah, man, yeah. This is so much fun. I love the rosary there, by the way. That's really cool.
Well, I'm gonna get on that real quick. I'll tell you on this story, but I think my last thought is this. Despite me being very passionate and faded and having a few, like 4 glasses already of
Two old
what?
friends having a good solid drink, a good
Facts.
proper drink.
Proper drink. You know, you guys are gonna face a lot of you. And I think if you guys gone this far in the podcast, whether this is like your 3rd or 4th day continuing on in this podcast, because
This one single podcast,
Yeah.
this one episode.
it's fine. But the thing is, though, you've made it this far. And I think in life, like I talked about one of my reels, you guys are on this road called life. As much as we want to blame the idiot drivers, the people that just cut you off, that do dumb shit, that do stupid stuff, you're the one that's in control of of your car, of your life. And where we feel like you guys want to glean or hope you glean from is that in our lowest moment, in our lowest time, where we feel like we as podcasters, artists, musicians, content creators, podcasters, you glean from that. You find that relatability, and so we're just like you. So don't hold yourself to an expectation that you need to be in a position of finance, security, because that's a false expectation, and it's not about making you happy. Again, I know I'm faded. And I apologize because I know I'm trying to get back into church, trying to find my relationship with God. But I feel like I'm working on me, and don't put an expectation on yourself that you yourselves cannot uphold, because you're going to fail. You're going to mess up. Until you accept that humane part of yourself, you'll never grow. You'll never be happy. Because your happiness comes and goes. Everyone's like, oh, do what makes you happy. What makes you happy? Find your passion. You.
Yeah, happiness isn't a destination.
No.
It's the journey.
It's a start.
It's a start, yeah.
But joy. And biblically, I know I'm faded and I'm drunk. But my joy comes from God, man. When you come and find that, you know what? My happiness and my own sustainability for me fails me all the time. But when I feel like that's what the Bible says in 1 Corinthians is like, when I'm weak, he's made strong. I'm made strong. Even in my most strongest point in my life, I'm still weak. But in my strongest point comes from him. And I feel like you guys listening, watching, despite your boy slurring.
Slur.
Slur. It's like, find your connection. I feel like with God, but God is a gentleman. And everyone has this preconceived notion of who God is and judgmental, sending you to hell. It's not that. He's not that. He just wants to love you. He wants to connect with you on a different level. I think out of this whole conversation, this dope podcast that you guys heard very passionately, very slurringly, we want to connect with you guys on a real authentic level, even in being me so slurry and drunk. That's just us. We're not perfect.
That's the truth.
This is real. This is really where I feel like y'all need to connect with Scott Patrick. Because my man's going to sing to your soul. You're not getting this knockoff branded artist because he fits a mold. Nah, man, y'all going to get some real stories, some real music that can connect with your soul, because that's who you are right now. You guys right now listening and watching, you're not in a good position. Your bank account is not where it should be, where you want it to be. But you guys still feel like, I'm happy. And I'm blessed. And for you guys to connect with that, that's where I feel like Scott Patrick brings to the table. Connect with this man. Follow this dude on social media. because this dude's gonna speak to your soul. I know he's gonna connect. I know he's gonna step up his Instagram reels. Yes or no?
You know it, 100%.
You know it, because Big Brother said so.
Maybe not tonight because I'm gonna get home late. But
yeah, dude, you want to stay tonight? I'll spoon with you, bro. Don't feel like you have an expectation. Don't feel like you're intruding.
big spoon or little spoon. That's gonna be the
You'll
deciding
be the big
factor.
Ooh, he's like, ooh, I'm tempted now.
Then she's little spoon. You're middle spoon.
Let's go.
This is getting weird. Okay.
It's getting very weird. You know, I'm the very immature one. But the thing is, you guys, at the end of it, I make no apologies for who I am.
No, you don't. No one. No one deserves it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Everybody listening.
You don't owe anybody an apology.
You don't.
No.
Release that expectation, you guys. Man, and I feel like I was stuck in that expectation, and it stunted me. It hurt me. It put me in a position where my family was hurt. It put me in a position where I was scared. And you guys cannot live in that, even in my most vulnerable, drunken state right now. It's like, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm so glad you came on. I'm so glad we had this very passionate.
I'm glad I remembered today.
What do you remember today?
Unlike yesterday when we both forgot.
Tomorrow, and when this releases on a Friday next week, today, we're like, damn, what the hell were we talking about?
It was a great time no matter what happened.
It was a great time.
It was fun, man. Just two old friends catching up.
Bro.
I mean, it's
I'm very passionate right now.
the little things in life. Not just my last name. I mean, it's
little.
the little things.
Everybody says that, hey, man, men, if you guys feel like the little things don't count and matter, don't let no one tell you that you don't matter if you're little. I'm sorry, guys. I'm done. Hold on.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me, man. With this music.
I'm done. I love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Love you guys.
What the hell?